and welcome to Grab Bag Hit List, the show where I get myself a cheap grab bag's worth of comics, and I see exactly what is a hit and what is just shit. So this week I have this grab bag worth of comics that I got on Free Comic Book Day 2015, only $2, and plus these were on sale for Free Comic Book Day. Go to those; they're really good, and it supports industry, and usually you'll get some great sales. This was an additional 25% off, so I got this for real cheap, like just over $1 for this. Really fantastic deal, or is it? So let's give it a look and see if there's anything here I can even understand, or if it's completely out of context. All right, let's see what we got in here.
Alright. Okay, let's see. First time I'm doing this one, alright? Doing this live, I have no idea what's in here. Alright, so. Uncanny Avengers, well I knew that was in there because it was on the outside, didn't I? So, we got that. Uncanny Avengers #1. Alright, that's Marvel now. I wonder if the free bonus edition still works. I don't know how that works. Infinity Part 2 of 6. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. That's Hickman's, run on Infinity, alright? So I've never read part 1, so that'll be interesting. We have the United States of Murder, Inc. United States of Murder, Inc. with a scantily clad dominatrix looking kind of boosty. I like that, that's nice, that's cool. From the Creators of Powers, that's cool, I like that. Powers is really good, so let's see. Alright, other mystery comic we have. In part 3 of 6. Alright, so I've got part 2 and I've got part 3 of Infinity. That's okay. I don't have part 1, so we'll see if I can pick up what's going on there. Alright. And then the other one that I knew was on there was X-Force #1. So X-Force, I've not actually read this, the beginning of this run. I really like the art style. I remember seeing it on the stand, so I'm actually kind of curious to see if this run of X-Force was good. I like it, so. Alright, I'm going to give these a quick read, and we'll see what we got.
Alright, so first impressions on X-Force #1. This is written by not a spy at all, Cy Spurrier, also known as Simon Spurrier at this point in his career, and Rakuten is the artist. Beautiful art, not just the cover, but the entire issue. So a couple things that stick up to me are the fact that both Marrow and Psylocke, the two women on the team, are drawn very respectfully. I think they look beautiful, but they don't look objectified. They're not wearing skimpy outfits. They're very realistic outfit-wise. I mean, there's still, you know, especially in Psylocke's case, the exaggerated features. But I really respect that the fact that they didn't go for cheesecake style art, which matches the writing, which is pretty balanced. The basic concept of this story is that basically the dark black assignments of X-Men. So imagine X-Men, but like a covert secret team hunting down, in this case, a special weapon that is actually a mutant. And the only thing that was a major issue with this was what stuck out to me was the amount of times, and I'm gonna put them in a little montage here for you. The amount of times that music is mentioned by Marrow, and I'm not even gonna tell you how many times she says the word baby, which really bothers me and takes me out of it. But so these are the mentions of music by Marrow just in panel. Music. I never really was into music, baby. Just really never seemed important. Violence is my music, baby. Yeah, violence, baby. It's like music, baby. Like faster, slower, baby. Is that gross? Am I sick? Music. Of course, you can't have a song without an intro. That old man, he's different these days. He talks in bursts, like, I don't know, kind of like he's saving ammo. It helps. It helps the beat. Hey, you want to know something else about music? About some music? Not with the music pounding so hard. Not with the music's melody climbing so high. Not with the music's beat racing faster and faster. Back to me. Where was I? Oh yeah, fucking music. The beat lives, baby. The beat lives. It just keeps going on and on and on and on, just like talking about music. Seriously, there are so many mentions of fucking music in this comic book. It really takes me out of the experience. The rest of the writing around that was really good, but I just think that the Marrow's internal dialogue was just too much. So for that, I'm going to say, if you could cut that, this would be a really great comic. It's an interesting start to a series, something I would be interested in reading again. I just really don't want the main character perspective to be from Meryl, because she seems like a punk who just can't stop talking about music, and it really pulls me out of the story. So I'd give this 2.5 out of 5. Really beautiful art, good writing, but that music thing, man, seriously, too much. I'd flush it. Sorry. Alright, so Infinity, Part 2 and 3 of 6. So I was completely lost. Not gonna lie. You know, they say every comic is somebody's first comic, and I felt like this was my first comic ever. It was so confusing. And I'm someone who reads Marvel comics. I just want to say, like, I draw one thing from this, and that is that this is basically Game of Thrones. The amount of characters we're talking. I'm just gonna show you that we have the one thing Marvel Comics does a good job. I really like these recap pages that they do in their comics, and normally they're very useful. You can pick up a comic. Now, I think it's gotten better since this as well. I think that you can pick up any comic and just read it, right? Well, let me read you the cast for this 6-issue miniseries. And this cast list changes issue to issue, but in this issue, the cast that you should be familiar with are Abigail Brand, Sidron, Corvus Glaive, Black Dwarf, Proxima Midnight, Ebony Maw, Star Giant, Black Panther, Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, Beast, Black Bolt, Wolverine, Gambit, Armor, Lockheed, Warbird, Maximus, Medusa, Gorgon, Karnak, Triton, Lockjaw, Crystal, Ula, the Builders, creators, the Builders, engineers, the Caretakers, the Alephs, supposed to be Alphas, Alephs, I don't even know, the Gardeners, Captain America, Shang-Chi, the Hulk, Spider-Woman, Thor, Hyperon, Falcon, I don't even know how to say this damn man's name, Gladiator, Mentor, Oracle, Starborg, Mentor, and Smasher. And Black Panther, and Andromeda, and Thanos, and the Outriders, not Outsiders, Outriders. You know, the art's beautiful, but I mean, I have to say this is not a win for me. I'm glad I know a little bit about it, but I'm sorry, that's not a win. Alright, next up we have the United States of Murder, Inc. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I love this book. Never read it before. This is issue number 6. And picking it up at 6, and I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even have to have read the really short and to the point synopsis on the side, because this comic speaks for itself. I think it's really well written. It's kind of like if I were to say, you know, Game of Thrones for Infinity. This is more like picking up a random episode in, say, season 2 or 3 of Breaking Bad. You know, you can say, like, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm comfortable just being thrown in it and getting the basic idea that this is what's happening. It's a basic idea. It's mafia, basically the mafia world. And the artwork is just really interesting, and I think it's a beautiful comic. Well written, interesting. Ends with an interesting cliffhanger. I understand that this book has a lot of end-of-issue cliffhangers. So no, I recommend this book, and this is actually something I'm going to be looking for more issues of and picking up, filling in the gaps, but really just seeing, I'm sure this is still going. I'd like to pick it up, so I got myself a book out of this pack that I'm going to be buying on the stand, so yeah, there's a win. Put it in the win pile. Alright, last book of the night. We have Uncanny Avengers #1. This book I liked. I wouldn't say I loved it. I would say that I liked it. I like the fact that Havoc has gotten away from wearing his very silly egg beater headgear. I like his costume. I like the concept, and the story was interesting. I mean, it kept my attention. It kept me kind of excited. It was both fun and had a sense of weight to it at the same time. And some really snappy dialogue. Rick Remender, he knows how to write good dialogue. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite book ever, but I mean, if I see a collected edition somewhere, I'll definitely pick this up and see. This came out about a year ago, so I mean, there's got to be collected editions out there, or maybe something in the 50-cent bins. But I'd say this is one of the most enjoyable reads of the night. So it's really hard to complain. And the Blob is really funny in it because he's fat, and the fat joke, the one fat joke that I feel bad for laughing at, was really great. So what do you do? Alright, so the hit. The hit in this grab bag is definitely the United States of Murder, Inc. I mean, that to me is worth its cover price, which was $3.99, and I paid half of that for the entire grab bag. So I win a bunch. This is definitely on the hit list. Great, fantastic. Great hit list, funny too, 'cause it's Mafia. Interesting, huh? On the list also, the Uncanny Avengers. I'm going to call it a hit. I'm good with that. Awesome. The two, X-Force in the middle. In the middle doesn't count in this case. Shit list. And Infinity, you know, for someone else it wouldn't be shit, but it is to me. So, not worth it. Worth it. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll see you next time on Grab Bag Hit List.